Selamat pagi dan selamat datang para tamu undangan sekalian pada acara Proyek Logistik Penguatan Kesiapsiagaan dan Respons terhadap COVID-19 serta penyakit menular lainnya. The Stockpile Project for Strengthening Preparedness and Response to the COVID-19 and Other Emerging Infectious Disease. Yang terhormat Sekretaris Jenderal Palang Merah Indonesia, segenap jajaran pengurus pusat Palang Merah Indonesia, yang kami hormati Kepala Delegasi Perhimpunan Internasional Palang Merah dan Bulan Sabit Merah atau IFRC untuk Indonesia, Brunei Darussalam, Singapura dan Timur Leste, Executive Director of Asia Europe Foundation, Deputy Chief of Mission at the Japanese Embassy, serta seluruh tamu undangan yang berbahagia. Puji dan syukur senantiasa marilah kita panjatkan kehadirat Tuhan Yang Maha Esa, karena atas rahmat dan karunia-Nya, pada hari ini Selasa 23 April 2024, kita dapat bersama pada acara ini. Hadirin yang kami hormati, marilah kita menyanyikan lagu Kebangsaan Indonesia Raya dan himne PMI. Hadirin dimohon berdiri. Please rise for Indonesian National Hadirin dimohon duduk kembali. Please be seated. Hadirin yang kami hormati, sebelum memulai acara, marilah kita berdoa berdasar keyakinan masing-masing. To respective gods, before commencing our events, let us offer prayers based on our respective faiths. Let the prayer commence. Proyek Logistik Penguatan Kesiapsiagaan dan Respons terhadap COVID-19 dan Penyakit Menular lainnya adalah proyek dukungan dari Pemerintah Jepang melalui Asia-Eropa Foundation yang dikerjasamakan bersama IFRC dan Palang Merah Indonesia. Tujuan proyek secara keseluruhan adalah untuk meningkatkan kapasitas kesiapsiagaan dan respon terhadap COVID-19 dan penyakit infeksius baru lainnya. Aktivitas proyek ini terdiri dari 1. Pengadaan peralatan perlengkapan medis atau non-medis untuk mendukung respon kedaruratan kesehatan. 2. Manajemen gudang dan pendistribusian. 3. Monitoring dan pelaporan di mana pemantauan dilakukan dari mulai pembelian barang, pendistribusian barang sampai kepada pengguna atau penerima manfaat. 4. Koordinasi dan
PMI is a part of the history of the Indonesian nation. On September 3, 1945, President Sukarno ordered the Minister of Health, Dr. Buntaran Martuatmojo, to form a national Red Cross organization to demonstrate the existence of the Indonesian nation to the world. After the proclamation of independence on August 17, 1945, at the beginning of its establishment, PMI played a role in providing assistance to war victims in defending independence. PMI is the first and largest humanitarian organization in Indonesia. PMI operates in 34 provinces and 493 regencies and cities throughout Indonesia. PMI studies include providing assistance and service to the community affected by conflicts, disaster, and health crisis, disseminating humanitarian values and international humanitarian law (IHL), as well as nurturing volunteers as the forefront of PMI's humanitarian service and aid. PMI provides first aid and healthcare, temporary shelter, food and clean water, basic household needs, psychosocial support, and reunification of separated family members. In carrying out its studies, PMI is supported by adequate facilities such as logistics warehouse in 6 regions, emergency water and sanitation center, integrated command posts from the central to the district and city level throughout Indonesia, ambulance service as well as education and training units. PMI has a blood donor unit, UDD, in every city to meet the blood needs of the community. PMI has 233 blood donor units spread throughout Indonesia. PMI continues to improve the quality of blood management and increase the quantity of blood availability by opening blood donor centers in malls, campuses, and deploying blood donor buses that will visit blood donation events in the community. Currently, 3.2 million people from the active community donate blood. The implementation of PMI's humanitarian activities is carried out by 1.5 million volunteers consisting of the Volunteer Corps, KSR, at headquarters and universities, Youth Red Cross, PMR, in school, and volunteer workers, PMR, who are professional groups. PMI personnel always work in accordance with the Code of Conduct, guidelines for implementing identity, and task checklist that applies in carrying out their assistance and service. PMI continues to spread the sense of humanity as widely as possible to the community. It encourages community participation to help others for the sake of humanity through donations or by becoming humanitarian volunteers.
Mohon berikan tepuk tangan yang Please give applause.
Excellency, Mr. Fahir, Secretary General of the Indonesian Red Cross, Palang Merah Indonesia, PMI, Excellency Ambassador Nagai Katsuro, the Deputy Chief of the Mission, Embassy of Japan to Indonesia, Excellency Mr. Elkan Rachmov, Head of Delegation and IFRC Representative to ASEAN, Country Cluster Delegation for Indonesia, Brunei, Darussalam, Singapore, and Timor-Leste. Distinguished participants, good morning. Selamat pagi. I'm honored and privileged to stand before you as we embark on a monumental journey fighting the challenges posed by COVID-19 and other emerging infectious diseases. As we launch the kickoff ceremony today, marking the 2-year collaborative project in Indonesia, and I'm filled with gratitude for the unwavering support by our donor, Government of Japan, and our partners, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, and the Indonesian Red Cross, Palang Merah Indonesia. The time for our mission is always now. we often find ourselves confronting one or another health emergencies caused by spread of newly emerging infectious diseases such as COVID-19 or natural disasters exacerbated by climate change, which heightens the risk of infectious diseases. As such, when facing difficulties, it is a duty that we come together as one and tap on our collective resources to safeguard the health and well-being of the vulnerable people. ASEF, through the fund provided by the government of Japan, selected the IFRC as a project implementing agency. Our partnership with IFRC signifies our hopes in the challenging times by strategically prioritizing countries at high risk of disasters. The IFRC has demonstrated its commitment to addressing the root causes of vulnerability and building capabilities where it is needed most. Through this collaboration, our goals are to strengthen the healthcare landscape, reinforce response mechanism, and improve access to critical health supplies. Strengthening existing system is one way to shape our future where basic healthcare is accessible for everyone. Our work with IFRC empowers the first responders with the necessary resources to act immediately in saving lives and containing the spread of infectious diseases. At this juncture, it is equally vital to acknowledge the role and network of the national societies, such as the Indonesian Red Cross, working hand in hand with the government to provide assistance and assistance to people in need in before, during, and after disasters and health emergencies to meet the need and improve their lives. As we embark on this journey of solidarity and compassion, I truly believe collectively we have the power to overcome health threats and effectively respond if we proactively prepare for next possible spread of infectious disease. In conclusion, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has contributed to this meaningful cause. Your commitment and dedication inspire us all. Through our collective efforts, let's pave the way to create synergy towards our shared journey, health for all. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Thank you, His Excellency Ambassador Toru Morukawa, for your remark. Untuk selanjutnya, sambutan dari Deputy Chief of Mission of the Embassy of Japan, we would like to invite Mr. Nagai Katsuro to give his remark.
Ambassador Toru Morikawa, Executive Director of ASEF, Mr. Kohan Rahimov, am I sound correct? Head of Delegation IFRC Indonesia, Ambassador Fachil, PMI Secretary General, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat pagi. Nama saya Katsuro, wakil duta besar Japan di sini. I'm deeply honored to be a part of this event hosted by International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies and to share some thoughts on this significant occasion. The global community has been profoundly affected by the emergence of the COVID-19 in 2020, as you all know, resulting in over 700 million infections and the loss of more than 7 million lives worldwide. The pandemic also brought about significant changes in our daily lives, changing the norms that we once took for granted. Indonesia faced similar consequences, which with over 6.8 million infections and tragic loss of more than 160,000 lives due to COVID-19. During these challenging times, the government of Japan extended steadfast support, including vital contributions such as 12,200 AV gun drugs, 2,800 oxygen concentrators, 2 billion yen of 102 AI-equipped mobile X-ray machines, and approximately 6.9 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine. Having said that, what I wish to emphasize today is not merely Japan's assistance, but rather the importance of addressing the various challenges that arose, especially in the shortage of medical supplies. For the global community, the stockpiling of medical supply is a key to address the pandemic swiftly. In this context, stockpiling of medical supplies through the IFRC is crucial for future preparedness. Through initiatives by IFRC, we aim to maintain pharmaceuticals and medical equipment not only for the COVID-19, but also for other infectious diseases, facilitating early diagnosis and vaccination campaigns. Japan remains committed to continuing our collaborative efforts with all of you in the fight against infectious diseases in the future. We also honestly hope for the success of this initiative and effectiveness in combating future pandemics. I extend my heartfelt gratitude for your attention and for dedicating your valuable time for this event. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Naga Katsuro, for your remark. Berikutnya sambutan dari Head of Delegation and Representative to ASEAN, International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies of Country Cluster Delegation for Indonesia, Brunei Darussalam, Singapore, and Timor-Leste. We would like to invite Pak Elkan Rahimov to give his remark.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency Secretary General of the Indonesian Red Cross Pak Wakir, Your Excellency Ambassador Toru Morikawa, the Executive Director of ASEF, Your Excellency Nagai Katsuro, the Deputy Chief of Mission of the Japanese Embassy, colleagues from PMI, partner organizations, representative of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement. As we gather here today at the headquarters of the Indonesian Red Cross, I'm deeply honored to be here at the kickoff ceremony of the Stockpile Project for Strengthening Preparedness and Response to COVID-19 and other emerging infectious diseases. Your presence here underscores the significance of our collective commitment to enhancing public health preparedness in the face of unprecedented challenges. We share shared dedication to addressing critical issues surrounding public health in emergencies, particularly in light of profound lessons we learned together from COVID-19 pandemic and response. I think many colleagues here who are present in this room, they eyewitnesses, but also part of the response to the COVID-19 implemented by Indonesian Red Cross, supported by different partners, including the IFRC as well. The Stockpile project we are launching today is a direct response to the challenges highlighted by the pandemic. Across 5 Asian countries, Indonesia, Malaysia, Bangladesh, Philippines, and Pakistan, We aim to bolster access to vital medical resources, enhance warehouse and logistical capacities, improve coordination in public health emergency responses. I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Japanese government, facilitated through the Asia-Eropa Foundation, for their generous support for this pivotal project. Their commitment underscores the importance of international collaboration in strengthening preparedness and response to COVID and other emerging infectious diseases. Collaboration and partnership lie at the heart of effective public health emergency response. No organization can do it on its own. It's just impossible. It's too big to be handled only by one partner. The long-standing partnership between the Japanese government and the Indonesian government, the long-standing partnership between Japanese government and the IFRC, and now we hope between Japanese government, ASEF, IFRC, and Indonesian Red Cross, exemplifies the spirit of cooperation that is essential in tackling such challenges. While Indonesian Red Cross PMI will lead the implementation of this project, and is natural by mandate, IFRC does not implement projects on its own in any country of the world. We support national Red Cross, Red Crescent societies to do it, and especially such a capable national society like Indonesian Red Cross. I'm pleased to announce still that International Federation through its regional office in Kuala Lumpur and country cluster delegation based in Jakarta has pledged its support to ensure quality assurance of the project management. This partnership will strengthen coordination with relevant government agencies which are already in place, and also external stakeholders, ensuring accountability in procurement, logistical management, and distributions of items. In closing, I extend my sincere appreciation to each and every one of you for your participation and support. Let us reaffirm our commitment to collaborative efforts as we work towards a healthier and more resilient world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Evan Mahmud, for your remark. Untuk berikutnya, marilah kita simak bersama sambutan dari Sekretaris Jenderal Palang Merah Indonesia, Bapak Abdurrahman Muhammad Fahir. Waktu dan tempat kami persilakan.
Assalamualaikum, good morning everybody. Pak Elkan, Ambassador Morikawa from ASEF, and I'm glad also to see my junior in the foreign ministry, used to be. Ambassador Degay Kasuro, thank you. He's new, by the way. He's just 5 months here in Indonesia, so welcome. Warmly welcome to Indonesia. You'll enjoy it. You need to combine between business and pleasure here in Indonesia. Even though I think the ambassador also new here, I met him from time to time, especially the golf course. My fellow board members of PMI, Ambassador Nini, Pak Rapi, Ibu Dr. Weka, and also I see also my colleagues from Rumah Sakit Palang Merah Indonesia. You are beneficiaries, by the way, at the same time also actor. And of course, some from the Embassy of Japan also I see second or first secretary, Pak Vijay, and everyone here. Let me start by thanking our partners, Federation, Japanese government, and also ASEF for taking initiative to have this stockpile project for strengthening preparedness and response to COVID-19 and other emergency infectious disease. I brought with me here 2 books. I think we need to translate it to English, because this is best practices, at the same time lesson learned from COVID-19. You'll find it here, everything about what we have done in conducting our mission to mitigate COVID the pandemic. And this is one is about how you stand against COVID-19, and this one this is vaccination. So if you recall, actually, I think all Indonesian who experienced this recall when we heard 2 women infected by COVID-19 from outside and came to Indonesia, if you recall at the time. And in some countries already the scale is quite big, even at national scale. You know what our chairman, what our president did at that time? He calculated from 2, in 2 weeks there will be multiplied into 12. In 1 month, hundreds. This is how we start anticipating what's next. In 1 month, he then called the Minister of Cooperative, who actually owned the land next to us. This is empty land. And we won, and at that time our chairman had an initiative to set up warehouses. Still 1 month after the first victim came to Indonesia, our Indonesian citizen, 2 female, I still remember it. And then what he did, he set up warehouses, I think 4 or 5 warehouses next to our headquarters here. And what we, 2 things. First is to stockpile the mask, among other things, and all hygiene kits. And then, afterward, we modify our water tanks into gunners to spread the infection, disinfection. That's among other things. That's 1 month or 2 months after the first case came to Indonesia. That's how we anticipate the bigger problem that we are facing afterward. Then we have a lot of gunners operating in the main street of Jakarta especially, and then 2 other cities in Indonesia. 2 things. This is disinfection in one hand, and another one is education for the people. That's very important. Education of people that we are now facing pandemic. So afterward then, that's become a national scale operation. I just highlight some of the kinds of services, types of services that we have done. Actually, we have 14 altogether. You'll find it in this book. But something that we consider it is new to many health services. Among other things is the protection for personnel and volunteers. That's why we have this PPE. I remember PPE. I just learned PPE from our federation. This is what we call the protection personal equipment. In Indonesia we call APD. And this is very critical because this is something new that we have to protect properly our personnel and volunteers. That's number one. And the second one is disinfection, national skill. We saw what Japanese did in their countries. We saw what Korean did in their countries, and what China's did for their countries, we copy that, we try to apply here in Indonesia. It's not easy because you see, while many of us still illiterate in terms of healthy life, that's about it. And that's why, among other things, also logistic. And this is one of the, I think, the issues that we are now discussing, prepare ourselves of logistic. And maybe we can learn from what we have done and improve that to be more prepared if there is, hopefully not, other pandemic. But we have to be prepared. Education and health campaigns also. Now we hope that we have done during pandemic could become a culture and tradition, especially when it's come to washing hands. See, now I haven't seen, now it's commonly practiced in, but we did, I think, to educate people, hey, keep this culture of healthy life. I think we need to, again, have this campaign. That's why we provide a lot of facilities for hand washing. Almost all public facilities, we provide this hand washing facilities. Vaccination support also, and I still remember that the government entrusted us to do 2 million. But I think it is also worth noting, it's not easy to get vaccines. Thanks for Japanese, the contribution of Japanese government for your contribution for vaccine to Indonesia. But again, when we discuss about global scale, we see distribution of vaccine is not easy at all. Some countries are not capable to get the vaccines. That's why there should be international arrangement for this. And one of the most active actors on this is our foreign minister. See the importance of equal distribution of vaccine needed, because at the time the supply and demand the gap is quite big. So it is also. And another something new is well, it's not really new, but I think new is plasma convalescence. It's also how we make use of the plasma convalescence to what do we call this? The cure. And another things that we did also is, this is what we call rapid tests and PCR. This is something new, I believe. So now it's become a condition for travelers to make sure that you are healthy. You have to test first. You cannot travel before having tested. And for us in Indonesia also, and this is especially for PMI, is body management. You mentioned more than 160,000 Indonesians passed away because of this, and there should be a special treatment of this body. And this is something new also. And that's why this is very important. Why I see this very important. I really appreciate what our partnership, ASEF, Japanese government, IFRC and PMI, and of course, we have here all the actors. And it is also important for, especially our hospital, to communicate your expertise with all these clinics that we have all over Indonesia. There should be a kind of, you see, communication as well as education to all clinics, especially our clinics, especially the standard, how we serve. So again, thank you so much for this initiative. We really appreciate, and we hope we find a lot of things to prepare ourselves if then we have to, if we are encountered with similar challenges in the future. Thank you so much, we appreciate, and enjoy your stay in PMI. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Fahir, for your remark. Please remain on your respective spot, Pak. Mohon berkenan. Tetap. We would like to invite His Excellency Ambassador Toru Morikawa, Mr. Nagai Katsuro, and Pak Elkan Rahimov to join with Pak Fahir to officially commence the project. Please step near the screen. Please step near the screen. Please touch the screen until the countdown ends. Touch screen until the countdown ends. Okay. Touch the screen. Please touch the screen until the countdown ends. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Please remove your hand from the screen. Okay, give applause, please. Thank you very much. Please remain on your respective spot. Please remain on your respective spot. Please sign in the plaque as symbol of collaboration between Japanese government, Asia-Europe Foundation, IFRC Country Cluster Delegation, and Palang IFRC Country Delegation and Palang Merah Indonesia. First, start from PMI. Asia-Europe Foundation, and then Japanese Embassy, and then IFRC Country Cluster Delegation. Okay, please remain on your respective spot for a group picture. Give applause, please. Give applause. Okay, thank you. Please return to your respectful seat. Thank you very much. Baiklah, untuk berikutnya foto bersama seluruh peserta dengan tetap duduk berada di tempat masing-masing. Okay, thank you very much. Please give applause for us. Oke, dengan demikian rangkaian acara proyek logistik penguatan kesiapsiagaan dan respon terhadap COVID-19 serta penyakit menular lainnya telah selesai. The stockpile project for strengthening preparedness and response to the COVID-19 and other emerging infectious disease, the end. Saya selaku pembawa acara pada hari ini mewakili Palang Merah Indonesia ingin mengucapkan terima kasih dan mohon maaf apabila ada kesalahan. Hadirin setelah ini kami mengundang untuk menikmati makan siang yang telah kami sediakan. Oke, good afternoon. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.